hard as it was to imagine the hard-featured housekeeper, or plump and often drunken cook with followers, the lure of easy pickings may have made a man or two overlook their scanty charms. She returned to a thought she had earlier pondered, that perhaps murder had never been the aim. Sir Henry may have surprised one of them stealing the silver and been attacked, though none of the facts she had so far gleaned supported that conclusion. Having now talked with the cook, Emmeline believed that the summoning of the Avengeress had simply been to save the girl, in which case the housekeeper and cook were likely not the guilty ones. Emmeline believed that because Sir Henry had sent out 2 notes after the Avengeress's visit, and then Ratter, likely from the rookery, and the other 2 men had come to see him, those visits were prompted by the notes. She didn't have proof of this, but it seemed probable, and if it were the case, was it not likely that 1, 2, or all 3 had killed him? Who were the other 2 men, and how could she find them? More to the point, it seemed impossible to both point the magistrate in the right direction and allay his suspicion of the Avengeress. It behooved her to explore every avenue of thought and not settle on the guilty without proof. Sir Henry's death could have been the result of a neighbourly dispute, a domestic disagreement, or a business venture gone wrong. She must persevere if she was to succeed, and so her plans for the evening must include more prying, more snooping, more meddling. After a light supper, Emmeline and Fidelity repaired to their rooms to dress. "Gillies, do Mrs. Bramage and Mrs. Riddle treat our new scullery maid well?" Emmeline asked, as her maid redressed her hair, which had become untidy after the long day out in the cold breeze of late October. "Annie, as well as the lass could expect anywhere, I suppose. She'll no complain, I warrant. It's a well-run house with ample food, a warm place to sleep, and an undemanding mistress. No," she said, patting the neatened hair and meeting Emmeline's gaze in the mirror. "What you fancy to wear? The gold velvet from last winter?" "That'll do," Emmeline said. An hour later, they headed to her uncle's impromptu nutcrack night soirée in his elegant St. James townhome. Along the way, Emmeline stopped the carriage and informed Josephs that they would later be continuing to Clerkenwell, despite Fidelity's protests. She asked that he go there while she was at the party, to see if Tommy Jones had learned anything new since that afternoon, and also to gather what other information on the Claybourne household he could. "Emmy, think what you are planning to do," Fidelity fretted. "It's so dangerous to investigate. I can't leave my fate to chance. Until they discover who killed Sir Henry, they'll be looking for the Avengeress. I will take every opportunity to investigate, as you call it." As she expected, Woodford had been invited to the party, along with the engaged couple she had met at the dinner party, Mr. Wilkins and Miss Gottschalk, and Mr. Fulmer and Miss Purley. Sir Jacob laughingly took Fidelity as his partner for the evening in the nutcrackery, as he called the ostensible reason for the party, and she happily acquiesced. This evening he had gone further in his sociability, and also invited Lady Clara Langford and her fiancé, Mr. Elijah Jeffcock. "I didn't know you knew my uncle," Emmeline murmured to her fellow crone in the dimness of the candlelit entry as Gillies removed her cloak and bustled off with it. Lady Clara gave her a tight smile. Sir Jacob was also in the entry to greet these latest guests. He never could wait for his guests to come to him, but must meet them almost at the door. Cheeks glowing red with bonhomie and wine, he chuckled at Emmeline's surprise and bowed to Lady Clara and Mr. Jeffcock, then put his arm over his niece's shoulders. "I saw Lady Clara at the theatre speaking with you, and thought what a lovely and charming damsel, so I forced an introduction with Mr. Jeffcock, with whom I do have a mutual acquaintance, whence I learned they were newly betrothed, and sent a note around this afternoon inviting them to this gathering." He dropped a sly wink and nodded, placing one finger along his nose. "I've always enjoyed getting to know my niece's friends, especially so lovely a lass." "We belong to the same ladies' group," Emmeline explained to her uncle and Mr. Jeffcock. "We organise help for the unfortunate." "Ah, yes. Charity for the idle," Jeffcock drawled, "despite that it doesn't help society one jot to prolong the lives of the corrupt and lazy." Emmeline cast him a disgusted look, which Lady Clara caught. She concealed a quick smile.